And welcome back, everybody, to this episode of Millennial Farms on FS22 with me, pcsimguy. So, we've got some cultivating to do. We got some lime spreading to do. We've got a lot of work to do. Still waiting on this corn to be ready to harvest, but that doesn't mean we don't have a lot of stuff we could be doing right now. So, first off, we are going to get to cultivating. So let's unfold the cultivator here. Let's get everything going. Well, it's weird, my stream deck doesn't seem to be catching the commands here. That's weird. We'll have to look into that. Alright. So we're going to set this up on course play. We're just going to get a little bit of a start here. And we're going to set this up on course play and let it go. So we are in field number 4. So clear current course. Let's create a new folder. Field 4. Alright, and let's create a job. Course play field work. I want them to do 3 headlands. Let's go start in the center instead of on the edges. Everything looks the same. Let's let them generate that. Very nice. And now we can save that course. To one cultivator. Alright. And let's go ahead and get him started. Nope, we want you to first waypoint and get going. Alright, so he's going to do his thing. The mulcher was able to get this entire field mulch. I did some work off screen, got this mulch finished. I got the other field just to the left of where we were that we're cultivating last time. That's finished. So time to get the lime on. We've got our sprayer or spreader here. And let's get going. It's a cool time right now where I'm at. Harvest is going on, corn harvest, soybean harvest, and I'm in the South U.S., so a lot of cotton harvesting going on. Still a lot. Oh, I forgot. I need to spread them legs out. Ooh. Man, when you get going in this thing, you could flip it so easy if you do. Because you can get going fast in it, and you just kind of forget, and you get to a turn, and you're like, oh yeah, I could take that easy. So I gotta let off the gas, and I spread the wheels out. Anyway, yeah, in this area, there's a lot of harvesting going on. It's been great. Matter of fact, one of the farms I went to last week was talking to them about cotton harvesting and everything, and they just purchased 2 brand new John Deere cotton harvesters, which are, you know, the CP770s, I think is what's in game. And I felt really bad for them. There was a thunderstorm in the middle of the night one night, and 6 of their bales caught on fire. Very sad. Later on, that was like a Monday or Tuesday, and on Friday when I went to their farm, those bales were still smoldering, even though they had been working on them throughout the whole time, trying to, you know, get the rest of it out, make sure it doesn't spread anywhere else onto the field and stuff. They dug a pit around it and filled it with water. I mean, they've done everything they can do to make sure that it doesn't spread. But man, that's a lot of money lost. 6 huge cotton bales full. And they're just so packed tight that they just keep burning, you know, so. That farm size was about 1,000 acres. About half of them they own, the other half they lease. So. And there's a lot of farms out here that end up, you know, doing the whole pumpkin patch thing to supplement their income, and they make really good money. It's been great to see these farms be successful and have another revenue. Another revenue stream for them, and help them offset the cost of farming, and maybe hopefully give them some more profit to put in their pockets, because they work hard for it and they deserve it. So we've got this field already out. Let's go head over to the the seed tender, and we've got lime in there. We'll go ahead and fill back up with lime, head back over. But we've got this left to lime, and then it needs to be cultivated, and then all we have is that last field. So if we get this done, which we should get this done in plenty of time, then looks like we might take on a contract to help us through. There she goes, filling her up. Just go back up a little bit so we fill that one first. I like this tender. It works really well. It's a nice tender. Finally able to figure out how to fill out all of the compartments of it. You just got to get everything in the exact right place. It's kind of can be frustrating at times, but hopefully now I know how to do it and I'll be able to repeat it. There we go. Going with number 2. So we'll open her up. I'm going to see her go down there. Boom, that's a nice picture right there. Nice little screenshot. I know they extended the dry boxes nearly full. Oh, okay. So we'll keep going here. It's pretty much full. We're at 91%. Alright. Hey, I turned it off. What the heck? Alright, we're just gonna leave that for now and see if that is fixed that. We'll come down here and start over here, work our way back up the other way since we're already down this way. It only makes sense to do that. And we'll drive on the side here. Don't want to, well, it doesn't really matter. We'll be cultivating, so compaction is not going to be as big of a problem. But beautiful day. It's about 7:30 in the morning, so we got a lot of daylight today, and especially with those crops not being done, that is just super frustrating. I really wanted to get all of this stuff done. So that we could get that harvesting, get all of our fields taken care of, and then just do contracts until winter time. But no such luck today. That's how it goes. But still plenty to do. And if we can take some contracts and kill some time doing that, that'll be great, because we could use the extra money in our pockets. As you can see, we started off with 500,000. We're down to 447, mainly due to lime purchases and some other small purchases. So it'd be nice to at least be able to make up that 50,000. I guess back up to $500,000. We are going to have to purchase some seed for the spring. We'll do that this winter. I'm thinking of going with some Pro boxes, loading the Pro boxes up onto a trailer, and then filling everything up from the Pro boxes. I think that'll be pretty cool. Alright, let's get this middle section done here real quick. So yeah, if we can, we'll get the Pro boxes, we'll get a flatbed trailer and have them loaded on there. We'll have to unload them, and then we'll have to unload them into a seed tender if we want to. But yeah, all this lime is really going to help out our crop yield for next time. So there's a lot of money going out right now, but it's going to help. I think it's going to help a lot of money come back in. So it's money well spent, in other words. We will not be putting fertilizer down. We will not put anything down till after planting, because I do have precision farming turned on, and we're going to use anhydrous. So I've got a side dresser for that. We're going to do corns and soybeans again, as that's the crops he does, Zach Johnson does, and that's the crops that are done in this area. So it only makes sense to do those. And then after, at least after next season, we may start looking at doing, I don't know, some winter wheat or something else. Alright, so I've got to get her to spit her arm back out again, and the truck's still running. It's kind of weird. I've cut it off. Alright, got the boom coming back out. Let's park us back under there. And we'll finish up the headlands, and then I'll do a little time lapse of the lime. Keep the action going. Here we go. So while that happens, let's go check on our buddy over here. Oh yeah, nice up and downs. Covered in lime, nice and dirty. I love it. I love it. I love real dirt color. Wonderful mod. I mean, super fake when you're in grass and you just get, you know, you just get mud on you. Or you're in lime and you just get lime on you. So this isn't the fastest tender, but I'm pretty sure it's kind of more towards the accurate side. While I'm thinking about it, don't forget to like and subscribe. in their comments of what you'd like to see on this series. I'd really appreciate that. We've got this series is going to go on until at least Farm Sim 25, and maybe even into Farm Sim 25 until we start maybe getting some more mod maps or something like that, more mods in the game. But I'd love to see what you guys like out of this series. I have heard Millennial Farmers map is coming to FS25, so that's wonderful. I know there was a post, they basically said, hey, we've got an update to do and everything, but instead of just doing it on 22, wouldn't it, you know, can we just wait to 25? And I'm cool with that. Now I know there's some people who probably won't get 25 right away, and I get it. It sucks, but even though you don't get it right away, it'll be worth it when you do get it, and Millennial Farms will be one of the first maps hopefully out, and I would love that. That will be so great. And we could actually just continue the series on 25. Oh, see about that speed, man. You just you're like, oh man, I'm good, but you're not. So we're gonna finish this second lap around the second headlands and do a little time lapse here, and I'll see you back after the time lapse. Enjoy. Well, welcome from the time lapse. I forgot we didn't have much left in the seed tender. I don't think we're going to be able to get a full spreader here, and so we're going to have to go refill. And I figured that might be weird on the live stream. So let's empty this out and get going. But just a couple weeks to FS25. Don't forget to pre-order. I don't have any affiliate link or anything like that. It's just, you know, I want to give everybody a heads up that 25's coming out, and it'd be great to have it right away. I mean, who wouldn't want to have it on day one? I'm curious as to if precision farming is going to be an add-on or if it's going to be base game. 19, it was an add-on that came kind of midway through. And then here in 22, it came pretty soon. So I'm curious if they're just going to go ahead and go with that. I'd like them to. Precision farming to me is kind of for doing modern. You know, if you want to do modern kind of agriculture, I think it's kind of a must these days. I mean, I know there are farmers who definitely do it without, and I get that. But I think, you know, if you have all the latest in gear and stuff, you'd be using GPS and precision farming. So, let's... filling up all that lime. And one more. This was one of the first mods, I think, that was out, and it's by 82 Studios, and what a boss, man. Love that mod. It's the only mod I use to buy stuff from in the game, because it's You can have everything in that one, and it doesn't cost a lot of money for the dispenser, or hopper bin, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't cost much at all, and it's got everything you could need, and it's cheaper than the in-game prices. I think, and I think there's a lot of people who would agree with me, that the in-game prices that Giants offers is way too high. I think it's way too high, and so I appreciate that 82 brought down the prices a little bit for us. That's smart thinking. I just think sometimes the prices are unrealistic for real life. Alright, so filled back up. Let's get this filled back up, and then we'll continue with the time lapse. So enjoy. Alright, well, I'm back. I got that limed. I finished it up. I had forgot to hit record. I got a phone call that I had to take. I got off for a minute and yeah, forgot to hit record. So we're done with this. I'm gonna try and see if I can figure out if I can detach this and maybe get it to turn off. There we go. Alright. Let's see if now if I hook it up, if I can keep it off. I guess it's when I drove away when it was still feeding. For some reason it caused a... Yeah, it won't let me turn off when I'm hooked up to it. There we go. So we're just going to leave those separate for now. Let's check on our old cultivator here, and then we'll see if there's some contracts out there that we can do. Oh, yeah. Very nice. When he gets done with this field, we'll just put him on the next field. He's doing a great job. So let's see if there's a contract we can do. We've got some baling. You know, that'd be a little different for this series because we're not really working on it. It's $100,000, field number 10. Let's look at field number 10, see what's popping with it. Ooh, 10, that's a huge one. Maybe if it was like 9, 6, 5, 12, something like that. But that, I don't think we can really take that one on. So let's see what else. We've got a couple cultivating. Oh, we've got some harvesting contracts to do. I think we need to do that. And we've already got our harvesting equipment out, so we might as well just use our stuff. And we're going to be going to field 5. So let's get in number 1 here, and we're going to have to get our draper headers too. And it's going to go to the grain mill. Durum wheat is what we've got to do. So let's see where field 5 is. We'll drop off the head. Field 5 is... Oh, This one, down here. Alright. So we're going to drop off the corn header, pick up the Draper headers, and let's make us some money back and possibly put some wheat in our bins, what's left over from filling the contract. So do a little time lapse of getting everything over there and getting it all going. Alright, so we're pulling up here. We're only going to run one harvester on this. Two is just going to be a lot to manage for a contract where we're not keeping a lot of the grain. And we're going to get the semi down here once we get everything kind of set up and going. So go park the grain cart right over here and see if we can't hop back in the harvester, get the header connected. And get going. So we'll still be running two helpers. There we go. Back that out. Let's get the header trailer hooked up and get her out of the way here. Can barely see it. Oh, I see what's happened. It's gotten moved. Well, we can take care of that. Another reason I love good old PC. Come in here, turn on a little super strength, and there we go. Let's get her pulled over here. Woo! Barely made that sign. Alright. So we got the one. Oh, gotta turn that super strength off. I always forget that. So we've got the one helper doing the cultivating. And we'll go have this helper in the combine part of the time and in the grain cart part of the time. And let's get this field open. We are not dropping swath. We don't have a baler or anything to pick swath up with anyway, so no point in doing that. And let's keep going here. Alright, so he's got going on the darn wheat. Let's go pick up the other semi, get a grain trailer, and head on down there. There's one grain trailer. Where's my other grain trailer at? Or did we just use... I think we've only used... Oh, no, there's the other one. But we're going to just use this one right here. Alright, she's hooked up. Go around the grain bins here and get her heading on down to the field. Alright, we got our lights on. Go ahead and open up the top so she's ready for her first load. And we've got going to be getting some darn weight. And instead of taking it back to the silo, we're going to be taking it a bit of a ways. But it'll definitely put a nice number. It was what, $14,000, almost $15,000 to for this contract, and that's not to count on what you make off the extra wheat, which we could sell right now. But I think we're actually just gonna, anything extra, we're just gonna put her in our own silo and hold on to her, see if we can get more for her later on. So let's get back to the to the harvester here. Nice honeybee header, 45-footer. Could have gone with the 50-foot, but I decided to kind of keep it close to what he has, 45. I'll put a card up at the top. If you haven't seen all the series, I highly suggest you go back from the setup episode, just explaining kind of the goals for the series and everything, and the equipment that we're going to have. And then we'll be moving on to, the first episode of the season, where we get into some harvest. We harvest some soybeans. So we've harvested soybeans, corn, and just that one field left to go, and we'll be done with harvest season for our farm. There's our 50% alarm going, or 80% alarm going off, so it's going to have to stop soon. So let's go ahead and get our grain cart going. Oh man, got a lot of vehicles to cycle through, but we can do it. So the only way we'll be able to get to her anyway is going down the path she just harvested. In a couple weeks, GPS will be built into Farming Simulator 25 for both PC and consoles. So those of you console players, I highly recommend getting 25. I think it's going to save you a lot of time. You'll be able to do a whole lot more than you currently can do with the workers, especially. Of course, we'll have to see how everything kind of works out with the GPS, but if it looks like what I've seen, I think it would be great for console players, especially who don't have something like Courseplay or GPS. Alright, so there he is, pulled over on the side for us. Man, this Durham wheat's pretty thick, I think, and that could be a good thing for us. It does have weeds in it, so they do look dead, so that's a good thing. All right, let's get our first load unloaded here. I was watching a documentary about the X9, and I forget the exact statistic, but the amount of grain that comes out of that auger is ridiculous per second. I mean, it's crazy, and that's why I don't want to quote it, because the number I have in my head I'm pretty sure is wrong, but it spits out a whole lot of grain really fast, which is one of the benefits and which makes it able to work as fast as it can. So there we go. And let's let her get harvesting again. I love those dual wheels. It does look really nice. Ooh-wee. Man, you almost need that new John Deere Hill. I forget what it was called, Power Hill or something like that. Came out on Mod Hub just a couple days ago, maybe late last week. That is one heck of a hill right there to try to harvest. Wow, that is steep. But the old X9 made it. I think if we had a longer header, it may have caused us even more trouble. There's that Durham wheat in there. Kind of looks like oats to me. Kind of looks like that cereal, what was it, Smacks? I think it was. Looks exactly like Smacks did. I think it was Smacks. Can't remember. It was like puffed corn or rice or something like that, and then it had sweet on the outside. It was good stuff. This field on the map, you know, it doesn't look too big because you have all these other large ones on here. I mean, it looks like one of the smaller ones. Maybe 12's a little bit smaller. 1, of course, and 7, of course. But maybe the same size as 9. Definitely bigger than 17. But it's one of the smaller fields on here. But it's a big field for small fields, you know. It's a beautiful look up there at you can see the grain tower and grain bins up there. See our grain bin set up dead ahead right now, just peeking over the treetops. The farmer I was talking to on Friday last week, he was telling me they were thinking about buying 2 more trucks due to the number, because they couldn't keep up with the harvesters and the grain. They're thinking about having to buy 2 more trucks in order to keep up, which also means 2 more drivers. What they did instead was invested in a grain dryer, and with that grain dryer, they're able to unload a lot faster. I think he said it was like 18 minutes, 15, 18 minutes, something like that. It was taken to unload a truck, and now they've got it down to like 8 minutes. So it saved them money. So they invested in one thing. A, they're going to be able to dry their corn and soybeans now. But B, they're able to unload and faster, which saves them money, a lot of money. And that's the kind of thing, if you're going to be a successful farmer, you can't be stupid. The stereotype out there, I feel like, for farmers is completely wrong. You have to be smart, and you have to learn from your lessons. You've got to be a bit of a gambler. You never know what the weather's going to do. Is it going to be worth you taking on, buying another piece of land or another piece of equipment? Is that going to be worth it? Is something bad going to happen and you own that? And I mean, there's a lot to being a farmer, and these days with all of the advances in science and technology, agronomy, and GPS and stuff like that, you have to be a pretty smart guy to be a successful farmer. I don't know what else to say. Well, we got the 80% alarm, and it was already at 83 by the time I heard the alarm, I feel like. So I'm pretty sure he's going to have to do what he did last time. I was really hoping to get him on the go, but we'll get on down there and get him unloaded. I mean, I wish this tractor'd go faster than 25, but we need all the power from it, so don't really have a choice. All the 9 series, that's what they top out at in the game. But yeah, I admire farmers. We all should. And what's happening to the farms these days, it's not good. Big ag is hurting the small man. I honestly thought really hard about it, and if I were to make my money, like if I were to make a lot of money in business or whatever, and I'm ready to get out, I would want to buy a farm and farm. And not necessarily make a lot of money, but I thought like working with a local college and finding kids to help out, who want to learn and help out, and that kind of stuff. Give back, and not have to worry about, if I don't have to worry about my income, that'd be a huge help to others, and I'm all about that. Alright, I was going to let him finish this one swath here and finish opening up the field, and then we'll pull the semi right over here. So let's get in the semi. There he goes. Little honkaroo there. There she goes, unloading that Durham wheat. Alright, it's not quite full yet, and we need to take advantage of full since we've got to drive so far. So we're basically going to have to follow behind him in the grain cart because he fills up pretty quick. I think that's going to be the best thing we can do is just kind of hang behind him here till he's ready to unload so that we can get him at that 80%, unload on the go, and then turn around, go dump, come back, and the same thing. So, like I said, the contract has us dropping it at the grain mill. Just going to be up here. And grain sell point, railroad storage silo, grain mill. So basically the last stop we can make is the grain mill. It's going to be up here, so we'll have to go down here, come on up, take a right, come here, and come on back. He's not doing a full swath, which is kind of upset me because here I am following him. He's not even doing a full swath width-wise. Oh, that's kind of disappointing again. Every time I see that side, the edge of the map, it just a little, I don't know. I think Giants should leave some room on the map for them to decorate the edge of the map somehow. Looks so much better because it looks so good right here, and then you get that and it's like, oh gosh, I just want to leave it out as much as possible, please. Alright, he's making his turn there. Let's see where he's at. There he is. 74. So yeah, we can go ahead and get in position to unload, please. Especially before this corner. Another thing I like about not having the 50 or 60 foot header is it's easier to unload. You don't have to be right up on top of her. I especially hate that with the articulated tractors. Alright, we're going to let her go, do her thing, and then we'll meet back up on the other side of this turn here. And I'm going to try to not run over any of this wheat she's leaving behind so we can go grab it when we're done, if we can. There she goes. She's unloading again. She's unloaded. So we're going to head on up here, top off the truck, and get the truck headed to town. There's that big, beautiful John Deere semi with the Millennial Farm logo on the truck. When I was in my setup video, if you watched it, I thought they had left them out until I got further in the setup video, and then I figured out, oh no, they did actually put them in there. That was great. And I think there's a Millennial Farms trailer too, but I just decided to go with good old Wilson Hopper, the John Deere trailer. Alright. There we go. Get her loaded up here. Should be out of the way of the harvester coming down this way, so let's get going. Let's cover her up and get her going. Oh, look, there's our cultivator. Looks like he's doing his end rows here and is about to be done. Got on his, looks like his second. He's just covered in lime. Look at all that lime. Local farmers here putting out potash on the fields they've already harvested. Still got some that where they're waiting for all the foliage to fall off the soybeans or the cotton till they can get in there. So we're headed to town. I wonder if it's gonna, the helper's gonna be much better driving from point A to point B, since it's got the GPS in it, or if it just applies to fields only. I've only seen it apply to fields only, but it would be great if, you know, it could use traffic splines, and they should put, you know, other splines maybe where there shouldn't be traffic on dirt roads and stuff, but so, you know, you can send them to go unload and come back. We'll make the turn right here, come up to the highway. It's still so weird not to see the John Deere dealership right here, because this isn't, in the last game it was like right here just down the road. In this game it's up across the street, and it's just kind of weird to see it that way. There's the dairy. And we're coming up on our drop point here. Wait a second. Oh, might be. Excuse me, Mr. Carr. Oh, Zachy messed up. I thought it was the last plot, but it was up across the railroad tracks. I did not know that. So that's what cost us some time. Still haven't gotten an alert from Course Play that it's waiting to be unloaded yet, though. So we're making good time so far. All right. Those railroad tracks are rough, man. Alright, Hopper 1 unloading. Our money's not increasing, so that's a good sign. Hopper 2 unload. Alright, so that's 13%. So we should be at 25-26% by the time this hopper empties. Which would mean, yeah, 27%. So 4 full loads. 3 more full loads should get us all the wheat that we need for the contract, and then the rest should be ours. And really it's going to be less than 3 loads, so... Woo! Boom! That was rough. Alright, there's the old fire department. I'll say hey to the guys there. Still haven't got the call for unloading of the harvester, so try to make it back as fast as we can. If we're too far away, I'll just go ahead and skip over to the grain cart and unload it, and keep that, so we can keep that going. There it is. I knew it was coming. Just park this bad boy right here. Get to where our grain cart is. Where is she? Alright. Here we go. 8:30 in the morning. We have been making quick progress of stuff. I feel like we're going to be able to get a couple more contracts done today. The way everything seems to be working out. So it's not working out exactly to plan, but my exact plan would be that that field would be good to go, and we'd have that done before we start any of these contracts and stuff. But don't have to worry about it. So let's get up here, unload this guy. Oh man, is he where I can't? Oh no, he did pull over. Okay. I like when they cut through like that, because it makes it more realistic. Alright, she's unloading. So she's starting her up and downs. They've got her kind of going diagonal this way. Sometimes frustrated by that kind of stuff, because I would wish it would take the longest way, so when it did turn around, it turned around less. But, you know, of course, Blade knows what's doing, so I'm going to leave it to the expert. Almost done unloading here. But that means we need to kind of watch where we're parking at, because she's going to be using the edge of the field a lot. We'll go park her over here on the side where these bushes start. I'm going to go ahead and put that in just to make sure we're not sticking out too far. And let's go back to our semi and get her back down there. So, I'd like to say we're done with the spreader, but we're not. We're going to still have to do the one field we have left to harvest. But once we get that field done, we could get the harvesters put away, unless there's a contract to do for harvesting. Once we get all those done, we could put the harvester away. We could put everything away. We do need to purchase some winter equipment. I have not purchased winter equipment yet. Because we're definitely going to get snow here. But it's a ways down. It's like December before it starts snowing. So we've got some time to purchase it and get ready for it. A spreader, plow. Maybe a snow blower. So we have some options. Alright. Well, we're going to keep on going. That's going to do it for this episode. When we come back in the next episode, we'll finish up this field. We will put the cultivator on his next field, the one we just limed today, and see what other contracts we have. So thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode of Farming Simulator 22 at Millennial Farms, or Police Simulator, American Truck Simulator, Tower Simulator 3, and in November we're going to start with the startup series on Microsoft Flight Simulator. So thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great night. This is PC Sim Guy signing out.